Thank you, Mr. President, and to Dr. Birx and Dr. Fauci. I know I speak on behalf of the President and people all across this country when I express our great admiration and appreciation to both of you for helping to steer our nation through this challenging time. The American people have now seen what the President saw when he made the decision at the end of 15 days to slow the spread, to ask the American people to give us 30 more days, to continue to put into practice the President's coronavirus guidelines for America. And as you just heard from the experts, we have reason to believe that it's working. As Dr. Fauci just said, there are difficult days ahead. Our hearts and our prayers go out to the families that have lost loved ones, and those, as the President just reflected, who we know are struggling at this hour in hospitals across the nation. But to each and every one of us, do not be discouraged, because what you can do to protect your health, the health of your family, what you can do to ensure that our healthcare providers have the resources and our hospitals have the capacity to meet this moment is put into practice the President's coronavirus guidelines for America. It really is what every American can do. 30 days to slow the spread, 30 days to make a difference in the lives of the American people, American families, and the life of our nation. Allow me to give you a few brief updates before the President takes questions. First and foremost, we continue to work very closely with governors around the nation. The President and I spoke to all the governors, all the states and territories yesterday, and since we were last together, the President and I have spoken directly to several governors around the country, including Illinois, Louisiana, Michigan, New York, and other states. At the present moment, the President has declared 29 major disaster declarations and authorized 10 different states to use full federal funding, so-called Title 32 funding, to pay for their National Guard. And as of this afternoon, FEMA reports some 17,000 National Guard have been activated in states around the country to provide support for coronavirus response. On the subject of testing, we have now completed more than 1.1 million tests around the country. We're working very closely with governors around America to assist them in drive-through and community testing centers. I spoke with Governor J.B. Pritzker of Illinois today about a testing center that they've established in cooperation with the U.S. Public Health Service. We remind every governor and every laboratory and hospital in the country it's imperative that you continue to report daily to the CDC the results of those tests to give us the visibility on the data to best inform resource decisions. Also, we reiterated today to governors in person and also through correspondence to every governor the importance of using their National Guard, if need be, to move medical supplies. FEMA is very busy, as you'll hear in a moment, delivering literally millions of supplies to states around the country. But we're urging every governor to make sure to work with their state emergency management team and maybe use the National Guard to move those supplies from warehouses to hospitals. At the present moment, as the President said, we've distributed more than 11.6 million N95 masks, more than 8,100 ventilators around the nation, millions of face shields, surgical masks, and gloves. We initiated an air bridge that the President announced yesterday. Flights have arrived in New York, one arrived in Illinois yesterday, and a flight will arrive in Ohio in the next 24 hours. FEMA is literally working and contracting around the world with now more than 51 flights that will be bringing vital medical supplies. On the subject of ventilators, FEMA is currently delivering 400 ventilators to Michigan, 300 to New Jersey, 150 to Louisiana, 50 ventilators to Connecticut, and in the last week and in the week ahead, more than 450 ventilators to Illinois. This is in addition to more than 4,400 ventilators that the President and FEMA directed to the state of New York. We just want people that are working on the front lines that the President just spoke about, Dr. Birx and Dr. Fauci spoke about. We want you to know help is on the way. And at the President's direction, we're going to leave no stone unturned anywhere in America or anywhere in the world to make sure that you have the resources and the equipment to do your job. So again, I want to just say thank you, America. Thank you for stepping up. Thank you for putting into practice the 15 days to slow the spread. And thank you for the response that tens of millions have already had for the 30 days to slow the spread. We encourage each one of you, as we have governors around the country, to spread the word about the guidelines. Listen to your state and local authorities in areas that are more greatly impacted. We continue to urge people in the areas of New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut to refrain from travel around the country, and people who've traveled from that area, check your temperature and self-quarantine for 14 days. You can see from that chart the unique challenges people in the greater New York City area are facing with the coronavirus, and we want to do all that we can to protect your health, focus resources on the community, and prevent unnecessary spread. Lastly, as the President highlighted yesterday, businesses around America are stepping up as never before. Tomorrow, I'll travel with Secretary Sonny Perdue to Gordonsville, Virginia, to the Walmart Distribution Center, just so the American people can see firsthand how the food supply is continuing to roll on 18 wheels and through air freight all over America. And we thank again the grocery store operators around America and everybody that's working out on the highways and byways every day to keep that food supply rolling and rolling strong. And to the American people, though, we just want to assure you that we're going to continue to work our hearts out to make sure our healthcare providers have everything they need, that anyone struggling with coronavirus has the support and health care they need. I'm absolutely confident, seeing the way our governors are responding, seeing this team the President has assembled in the White House Coronavirus Taskforce, confident of the prayers of the American people that we'll get through this, but it will take all of us doing our part, and we'll get through it together.